And we're continuing our conversation here online at AndersonCooper.com with women who have married prisoners or are going to get married to prisoners, have relationship with prisoners, or in the case of the doctor who considers herself a guardian angel for Joran van der Sloot. I saw you had a hand up. What did you want to say?
Yes, I was wondering, relationships are so much more than words on a page. And basically the foundation for your relationships as they began were words on pages. And how did you know that those words were legitimate? How did you trust that they were telling you what they really felt, or that they were just putting those words on paper to try to hook you into some type of relationship? It's such a slippery slope.
It's an interesting question. Natalia, that would go to you, since that's how your relationship started with
Okay.
Brian.
Well, words on page, just like he could say them to me too. Like, what I don't understand, like why that you can lie to someone in person just as easily as you can on paper. So if he was playing me, it would have, you know, like.
And how do you know he's not having?
Not because I haven't given him a dime. I haven't done anything for him. Anything he needs while he's in there, he gets himself. He works. He sends me money. He paid to bring us out here. He helps me pay my rent. I mean, he's emotionally supportive and financially supportive. I don't do anything for him.
So you're not concerned that he's in pen pal relationships with other women, are you?
No.
He's not.
He's not.
But he had other pen pal relationships with women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Mary.
I'd like to comment on the letter concept. I also believe that genuine feelings can come through in letters. For example, Joran told me once, recently, Mary, someone spit at me the other day. In the past, I would have spit back or I would have punched them in the nose. But now, I did not. I was nonviolent and I laughed.
But Mary, I mean, I guess if I let me just look at this from, let me do let me push back on this from another standpoint. If I'm Joran van der Sloot,
okay,
you would be a gift to me. The fact that this person has emerged from out of nowhere, willing to spend $100,000 to pay my Peruvian attorney, and, you know, who knows where it may lead. So why wouldn't you write letters to you saying, you know what, your lesson of nonviolence, which I clearly believe you believe in your heart, is having an impact on my life? I mean, why do you believe Joran van der Sloot, what he says to you in letters?
At some point, you have to take a leap of faith. And if people are lying, it comes through. I'm not stupid. I can sense lying, even in a letter.
I've had people lie to my face, and I've had no idea. I mean, you know, and
well, that's you.
Well, no, but I mean, believe me, I've been a reporter for 20 years. I've talked to all kinds of people who've done horrific things, and you can't tell lies very often.
This is a question for pretty much the whole panel. This is Mary, if you had been successful with defending the husbands of the two ladies sitting next to you, they never would have met each other.
Okay.
So what do you think about that? And wouldn't the women on the stage agree that people can be rehabilitated in prison, see them building relationships and building families and everything else, whereas your claim is that no one can be rehabilitated in prison whatsoever?
So that's interesting. Well, what he's saying is, Mary, you're saying there isn't rehabilitation. Prisons don't work. There is no rehabilitation. Leticia, do you believe people are rehabilitated in prison if they really work it and make a commitment to it?
If they want it, absolutely. Anyone who wants to be rehabilitated or habilitated in some cases, yes.
I believe not in an all or none phenomenon. I believe that under the right conditions, prisons can be humane. Europe has some of the most humane prisons in the world. If that was the case, then I would agree to that. But when prisoners get tuberculosis or are raped, those are serious violations of a prisoner's rights. Okay. Just because you've been sentenced to a crime does not mean you deserve a violation of your human rights.
I have a question for all three women on the panel. You heard Casey talking about psychological disorders with women who have emotional, sexual, romantic attractions to men who commit very violent crimes. Do any of you believe that you have a psychological disorder?
Well, I have the disease called compassion.
I can say for myself, I know without a doubt that I do not have a psychological disorder. and that my relationship with my husband is genuine.
Leticia, it seems to me your situation is I mean, everybody's situation is different, obviously, here today. And we're not trying to group everybody together
And
here
we
because,
shouldn't,
because I mean, you went while you were in college. You were doing a paper on juvenile justice, and that's how you met your husband. I guess for Natalia, it's you sought out a prisoner to have just a pen pal relationship with, and it developed into something else. It's fascinating. I guess, yeah.
But
here.
I think it all still speaks to the same end, which is that relationships, we're humans, we are humans. And so relationships evolve wherever they are. When you meet people, whether, there are lots of relationships with, folks in the military who may not have ever met, who have been writing to each other, and those relationships work. I know in my family I've had that kind of relationship. So it doesn't have, the pen and paper thing. I know in my relationship, our communication skills are much greater than those of lots of my friends who have been married for 20 years who can't have a conversation across the table with their husband.
But, Casey?
Well, I think absolutely Leticia and her relationship with Jason. And speaking with her, I don't think it's harmful to either of them, and I think it's one of the few rare examples of a nice transitional relationship that's going to be to the benefit of both of them.
I want to thank you all for joining us online at AndersonCooper.com. Let us know what you think about the issue, and watch us every day on TV. Okay, bye.